Right, welcome to the latest edition of the Iron Hour podcast. I'm sat here with a smile on my face and I have no idea why. That was horrendous. We're doing this podcast straight after the Oldham game. I'm joined by my usual panel as ever. We've got Max Bell. Yes, published author. I've got it in. It's out of the way. Published author Max Bell. IronArmy Gareth Holden. And of course, the loudmouth Marco in the corner. I'm Barry, your host. People have been asking me lately, actually, like, what's your background? So, I mean, I never like to talk about it, but obviously I'm a compere, master of ceremonies, so I know, Max. I never talk about it, do I?
As if that wasn't bad enough, he was a year younger than me at St. Bede's. So, we go back a long way.
We do go back a long way, and I'd love for this next hour to be just about me and you, Max, but it's not, is it? We have to talk about...
We want some listeners.
Jesus Christ. It's just my dad, yeah. Good, I tell you what.
Oh, it was
good
a good
pair of
kid.
lads then.
Yeah, he was a good lad.
Right, football then. What a shambles that was. 2-0, we've gone down to Oldham. Without a whimper, really. Marco, straight over to you. Talk me through the game.
I don't want to. It was exactly how we thought we would be. Let's be honest. There were no surprises. Was one or two names on the team sheet, which I think was a surprise. One being O'Malley.
You just said there was no surprises.
No, with the performance.
Well, that's true, yeah.
The performance was just what we've come to expect in the last, since Christmas. I mean, O'Malley coming back, which I thought he's obviously having a look at him before he decides if we want him next year at the club. I think Hallam's been recalled as well, because I saw him on the training pitch before the game. Obviously, he's injured. Shock. So, yeah, I mean, performance-wise, I mean, we were nothing, was there? We were toothless, no passion, no fight. Before today's game, there's been nothing to play for. We know we've been down for weeks, and we're just no desire or heart. What's worrying for me is the lack of any resemblance of a game plan and action to sort of create some attacking impotence. We are awful going forward, and we have nothing. It's hard to string a positive. We try really hard to find a positive on here. And I mean, I was in the fancy bit today. My food was very nice. That's the only positive I have today.
I thought the Q&A was amazing. I don't know who the host was. Do you know who it was? Or
No idea.
no, it was
Some nobody.
good.
How's your arm holding up, Barra? Because a little birdie told me that you took a bit of a battering from Graham Alexander.
I thought I'd have to split him up.
Well, it wasn't a fight, it just battered me. Every time I was doing the Q&A in the restaurant before the game, and every time I read out a stat, so like, you've scored this many career goals, I might have been out by one or two, and every time he would go, no, not quite right there, buddy.
Warm me up.
Still live on the pod. But yeah, as for performance, awful, but am I surprised? No.
The only thing that surprised me was that Joe Nuttall didn't score.
Yeah.
Him going off injured was maybe the highlight of the game. Yeah. But then just when you think, all right, well, the ex-Scunthorpe player has gone off, we'll avoid that humiliation, Devon Green pops up in the corner going, surprise!
Yeah.
I think that speaks to the quality of it.
He did well to battle for the ball as well, to win the ball there.
Yeah.
I showed fight and determination, something we've not shown.
Yeah, I thought actually Green looked the best player on the pitch today, to be honest, which given some of the performances he struggled to put together in very poor Scunthorpe sides.
I thought Bilson did all right. I'm joking.
I mean, listen, the thing is, I know every week we seem to be talking about the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper's ability, or lack thereof, to kick the ball. But, Gareth, the contrast of the two goalkeepers' kicks today. I mean, again, Bilson's kicking wasn't terrible today. Well, I didn't think so until I saw the other goalkeeper take a kick and thought, oh God, I'll tell you what, that lad can boot it. I said to Mark, he's a big guy. Why can their keeper kick the ball and ours can't?
Yeah. Oh, no. No, what was he called, their keeper? Does anyone know?
Oh, it's not Magnuson, was it?
No.
I tell you what, we are full of knowledge on this.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever he's called, anyway, his
He got
kicking
been
was
called
really
for the
good.
England C team. I know they do rate him.
The old silver fox.
Yeah, with little hair but grey hair.
And he's on a 26.
He's not 26. He can't be.
No, but no.
He's greater than yours, mate.
Do you know what? Somebody said to me today, your hair's going grey.
Where have they been for the past 4 years?
Great. I don't need reminding.
Brutal.
Hey, at least you've had hair. I don't have any.
I think.
What has this turned into? Look,
Are
the
we sponsored
footballers
by-
that we've just gone for it.
Just
Loose
men.
Oh, we're sponsored by.
Sponsored
I
by
forgot to say.
Greece
Our
in 2000.
sponsors. No, our sponsors, No Film. Thank you. As you can tell, this pod isn't just scrambled together. There's a game plan.
Just on Bilson's kicking, I think it was the fact that both of his first two both shanked in exactly the same direction, out to the left-hand side. It's the fact that it wasn't in isolation. It's off the back of York. It's off the back of Gateshead, and it was contrasted with the Oldham keeper. And I know we said it.
You need to stop banging. Remember last time.
I know we said it on the podcast last week. That's how frustrated I am. I know we said it on the podcast last week, but it's true. Start Foster now. We're not going to have Bilson for next season. Whereas we might have Foster, and I don't think Bilson's performances have been good enough. Andy was at fault for the second goal. That if he was an Anfield player, he'd have been dropped. And I know that
Well, if he was an outfield player and he kicked like he does, then yes.
We said best. We always thought, when he was a kid and we'd always be that goalkeeper who had to have his defender take his goal kicks. He is that guy because he's not a bad goalkeeper, and we have said this. We can't stress that.
Yeah, he's a decent.
I think he's okay, but
anyway. God forgive the day that he's involved in a penalty shootout and he's called upon to take one. What happens if he goes out for a throw-in, though? So, that's today's game. We're trying not very analytical, but this is raw emotion. Friday's game, Gateshead. Both yourself, Max, and myself were there. That was a particularly terrible game.
Yeah, it was just a total non-event. Anybody who was there would know. They went 2-0 down very early on. I thought Gateshead looked okay. They had a bit of form, and then the Tom Pugh red card, which might be a bit of a painful memory for either of you, both of you. I don't know what you want to do with it.
I forgot to go to the bank.
Convenient.
Oh, there we go. He'll never get it.
No. I will either after this podcast or next week.
Be after. I think.
I will give you £20. I owe Marco £20. I made a prediction that Tom Pugh wouldn't start again for Scunthorpe. Not because I thought he was shit or anything. I just didn't think he would start again, just off the back of.
I don't think he will between now and the end of the season.
But you thought he would, didn't you? And you were delighted with.
Well, Jimmy sort of said. I underestimated how much of an impact Shrimpton and Pugh have, obviously being local lads. So I thought it's going to go hand in hand. He's obviously going to start a game again. Didn't know what he would actually do. No one saw that coming. I mean, we know Pugh's maybe got a booking in him. Or I remember years ago, he actually did he break back going to play his foot when he came on. Can't remember. He came on.
I think Jimmy's gone.
Cameo.
Right, guys. What we need to do is get into him, and he's gone.
Yeah,
no worries, boss.
I'll sort it. He's like, no, I don't want anything down. Yeah, he's definitely want to boot him on the floor.
Kick him while he's on the floor when you've already found it. I mean, look, we're all football fans. We're all biased about referees' performances every now and then. There was more than 400 Scunny fans anyway in the Gateshead, and not one of us went, "Oh, terrible decision, referee." It was a blatant red card. It was side onto us. We've seen him foul him. The referee's blown for the free kick, and then for good measure, Pugh's gone, nick us to this, giving him a big, massive boot.
Game's gone.
Yeah,
game's gone.
You're 2-0 down. Like,
nick us to this. It's rancid, isn't he, Max? Where have we got him from?
Honestly, people and big words. Just, let's
big what?
Let's move on from Nickers. Let's move on.
Right. Before we carry on this painful discussion about Scunthorpe, let's talk about the other events in the league today.
Quiet one.
Was a quiet one. Gareth, Wrexham. County 3-2.
Yeah, and a last-minute penalty save, and a bit of controversy online.
First of all, have you seen the penalty save?
No, but I've seen the positioning of the goalkeeper.
We haven't seen it.
Off his line.
Oh, right, I haven't seen the positioning.
I've not seen that.
But Marco showed me the video of the save. What a save that is, by the way. Oh,
that's what you get for peanuts.
Yeah.
Ben Foster's.
I wonder if we've got any peanuts to my own keeper.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It wouldn't. I think Ben Foster might be putting his vlog out this week, but he didn't on Friday, did he? Did anyone see this?
Smashed up his GoPro.
Smashed up his GoPro. Yeah, they went 2-1 down, and he smashed his GoPro up, as you do.
Teddy's out the pram.
Yeah. So there's that. in the league. What happened down the bottom of the table?
We got relegated.
Yeah.
We know that.
But no, to be fair, the other side's sort of, we've always said like the damage was done before obviously Jimmy Dean, David Hilton took over. The other teams around us have all hit form.
Yeah, tell you
They've
what.
all sort of, it's gave them a kick up the
What
arse.
team Dorking, huh?
Yeah, Gateshead, Dorking. I mean, Torquay won again today.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a tough running, but they've given themselves a fighting chance at least, which we haven't.
Well, no, we're down.
Completely. I don't think we've had a chance for weeks. Let's be honest.
Months.
Yeah.
I would say as well. I think the bottom four, as it is, will be the bottom four at the end of the season, which is going to cause havoc in the division below because it's ourselves, Yeovil, Torquay, and Maidstone. So you know that's bad news for whoever the most northern side is in the National League South. Because you're going to be making trips up to Scunthorpe.
I heard it's going to be Billericay or Oxford City.
Yeah, I could see
Bill
that.
and Ricky, wow.
Billericay's still got loads of cash.
It's
Is it
outside Glen Tamplin.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, I think
see him
are you
anymore.
confusing Billericay with Braintree?
No,
No.
Billericay had that very...
I don't-
Jimmy
Stacey.
O'Hara management.
Gavin and Stacey.
Yes.
From Billericay. Yeah, Gavin's from...
I don't
Yeah.
think Billericay are in the National League South, are they? I don't
I'm
think
sure
that's
I read
right.
that the other day. Well, I could be wrong.
If Oxford
Probably the first
City don't go up, I reckon it'll be them. But it's going to be some bad trips for us.
I'll
next
tell you
season.
what, if Gareth was next to Greza now, he'd be getting a dead arm. In fact,
Can I just say,
Get your
this
facts
is
right.
just four lads talking utter shite. Well, talk about us just talking rubbish. Us three, didn't we? We took a drive down to Ilkeston
Yeah.
this week, and we met with David Hilton, didn't we?
We did.
What did you think of that experience? What did you think of, first of all, him inviting us down there, Gareth?
No, I thought it was good of him to do it because obviously he's getting a lot of grief on media from fans, so-called fans, or if Frank Rothwell's watching supporters.
You'll have to explain that one
I will
later.
do. I'll explain later. Might be my moment of the week. Who knows? But no, I thought he came across really well, not just on camera but off camera as well. What you saw on camera, he was like that off camera. There was nothing, he didn't hide anything. I didn't feel.
I think for us, just taking a bit of a serious turn here, but for us on this podcast, what we're trying to achieve, right? A couple of things. One, we're trying to be a bit of a positive spin on some pretty dark times at the moment. We just want to have a bit of a laugh, don't we, really? And the second thing is, we want to be not necessarily independent or neutral, but we want to give people, i.e. David Hilton, a platform to speak to the fans. We didn't say we were kind of like for or against one way or the other. In fact, last week when we spoke on the podcast, all four of us had different opinions on every single topic in his previous statement, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I think what we're saying is we all have different opinions on what's going on at the club, and it was nice just to have that hour with him to for him to convince us.
Yeah,
and
I think for me, we've just got to take what he says at face value at the moment, because to me he's done nothing at the club at the minute that's bad, sort of thing. All he's done is invest his money. He's chucked a lot of money into his players. He's sort of gone like, let's have one big push trying to stay up, and it's just not quite paid off.
well, people, I don't know that statement is completely true, saying he's done nothing bad. I mean, the truth was in his statement last week, his previous statements, he'd made decisions that split people.
Yeah.
Some people were for it and some people were
But then
against it. And some people were neither for nor against, but could understand the reason.
But what I respect is, in that interview obviously we did last week, for those who've seen it, he did say maybe he did do it quite hastily, which I respect, because he sat back and thought, maybe I should have done that then. He said he did it straight after the game, so it's still really raw. So he's made a lot of decisions there, just off the cuff, and like I said, fair play for accepting it.
So two talking points. One, as he mentioned to us basically exclusively, Gareth, was the academy. The fate is not sealed yet.
Yeah.
He said, didn't he, that basically if he sees a viable business plan, that will continue. How did you feel about that? Did you think that was a good thing?
No, it's got to be a good thing. You know what I mean? I know he's going to have to put possibly some money towards it himself as well. But I think if there's a business plan there and it comes back and it's good and he can support it, then it's got to be a good thing for the club. I know people say, we've not had anyone through for ages, but it's not just
We
that.
have, though.
Well, yeah.
Odd ones.
Well,
But-
Cam Wilson.
Yeah. Cam Wilson. But that's, you know what I mean? There's not loads though. But, All right, I'll shut up.
No, but
No, but
there are players.
It also depends on how you measure the outputs, though. Like obviously, Wilson and Foster have been thrown in at very very short notice. I think what some people have said is that there hasn't been anybody that we've then gone on and sold on for good money. And and I do understand that. I think what I liked about the interview was somebody that wasn't there due to work.
Are you distancing yourself?
That's why I'm sat on the end. If it had been a car crash, it's their fault. But no, I really like the fact that you weren't afraid to shy away from tough and difficult questions, because this is a tough time for Scunthorpe. Even if you're the most positive person in the world, we've just been relegated from the National League. And, I know Andy's got a few stats later on about just how dreadful the last few years have been. And even if you support people, just making sure that we're on it and that we know exactly what's happening and we know how good or bad the situation is. That's all we want as fans, is honesty and taking decisions off the back of that.
And since we recorded the podcast, I mean, he did say to us, and he said it on air, listen, Ilkeston might not happen. And then the next day the statement came out, we've had a change of heart, we won't be training at Ilkeston anymore. I know you, Max, were personally, you were against that, weren't you? Against training at Ilkeston in the first place. So how did you feel when that news broke? And obviously when we told you, when we were talking about the recording, look, it sounds like it might not happen at all.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I know people can criticise others for want of a better phrase, U-turning, but I would always rather get to the right conclusion, no matter what way you take it. I think training in the club and having a presence long term in the town is important, and if financially we can make that work in the short term whilst the training facilities aren't upgraded, then that should be a win-win. But obviously, we need to start next season well. Let's see what players we get in the building. Let's hope that Jimmy Dean can get a team out there that's competitive at the top end of the division, because that's what we desperately need.
I mean, there are two ways of looking at it, aren't there, Gareth? One way of looking at it is saying, oh no, he's done a U-turn there. Well, the other way of looking at it is saying, well, actually what he's done is he's put an idea out to the fans. The fans have spoken. Mm-hmm. The majority have said, oh, we're not comfortable with that, we don't like that. And he's gone, okay, I might have got this one wrong, I'll change my mind. Like, there's an argument to say that's actually strong leadership. Question, Gareth.
Yeah, no, because excuse me. Just admitting your mistakes. Obviously, he's looked at it and seen it as a mistake, and he's, like you say, he's flipped it round. And I think if you can do that, know that you're in the wrong, then that's a good thing. Like you say, it's good leadership. It's a positive something.
And that's definitely something we were lacking under the previous ownership. Was an acknowledgement of mistakes and doubling down on errors, and that situation getting worse off the back. Yeah, I only said U-turn because I couldn't think of anything.
No.
A better way of
listen. Some people would say it is a U-turn, and they might be right. Yeah. Some people would say it's strong leadership, and they might be right. I don't know. I'm just saying, whatever you will listen. It's whatever fits the narrative, isn't it? Whatever conclusion you want to come to, you will come to whatever conclusion you do, and then you will backfill the evidence, because that's what football fans do.
Absolutely.
You either like something or you don't like something.
Yeah. But if anybody watching this hasn't watched the Hilton one, definitely watch it. Listen to him, listen to the lads, and make up your own mind.
I got a lot of stick for speaking a lot.
For speaking a lot.
Yeah, on the
before the podcast?
No, I didn't get a lot. To be honest,
that's just from his kids.
To be honest, we've had a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. And I think for us, again, what we want to say is, we all sat down, didn't we? And we said, let's Barra do his kind of like line of inquiry, see where it takes us, have a few kind of questions lined up and see how the conversation develops. And then what we wanted to do, of course, was go to the questions from the fans. We hoped we brought as many in as possible. I know Marco was asking the really important stuff about
no, but like you said, he had actually only agreed to half hour.
Yeah.
And we got to a point where 45?
Well, no, we put out an hour and 15, but we had him for like an hour before.
So fair play, because we couldn't physically get through.
Absolutely.
We was pushing it as it was.
Yeah. So we'll move on to our next section. Do you know, I'm feeling a bit more positive already.
We're going up.
Oh God!
Didn't take long, did it?
That football's a prop. I can't throw it at you.
So our next section then, we do our usual, our hero, our idiot, and our moment of the week. We're going to kick off with the hero of the week as always. Marco, over to you for your hero of the week.
For me, there's nobody else but Tom Pugh. Mainly because, well,
He's won you 20 quid.
This was meant to be Barra passing me £20
Yeah.
on the pod. I know, but conveniently it's not gone to the cash machine. But yeah, for me, Tom Pugh. Obviously, I'm not expecting to win the points this week, but it's just a dig, and I love Tom Pugh. So there we go.
I've noticed that as we're making more and more episodes, we're swearing more. Yeah, you got the D-I-C-K?
Who?
Why was it a dick? Did you not say he's a dick?
No, I think he's
I'm
great.
a dick.
Oh, you're a dick.
All right.
I'm going to sit on that. But yeah, I'm not expecting points, but...
Well, you're not going to get them. You just called me a dick. Gareth, who's your hero of the week?
My hero of the week.
Is it Marco?
Do you know what, right? Genuinely, I've had such a weekend that I've not really got a hero of the week.
I know who it is.
Other than my wife.
I was going to say it's got to be
It's gotta be
Debs.
Debbie. Sorry, Debbie. But yeah, I'm not expecting points either, so I guess Max will be getting these. Yeah, but I had just one of them weekends where you go away and everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And I'm still here, she's not killed me. So
He was late setting off your holiday, wasn't you? Getting our podcast out.
yeah, we were just about to set off and I got a message saying we need to get it out. And yeah, so I ended up being 2 hours late, leaving, and then getting stuck on the M18 of all places. Yeah, so anyway, Debbie.
I mean, before I move on to you, Matt, I'll just say I'm equally in the doghouse because, as I alluded
Imagine
to last
my
week,
shock.
as I alluded to last week, I obviously took us on holiday to Barnard Castle just so we could go to the Gateshead game. Well, I then got some messages over the weekend asking me to host the Q&A today, so I pulled us back from the holiday early. From the holiday that I literally paid for just to watch a game, I pulled it early so I could go watch a game. She was livid. So, over to you, Max.
So I feel like this could potentially be the first ever round where nobody gets any points. Because my hero of the week is me.
Oh,
God.
Jesus Christ.
Because
it's not Max.
It's related to another book.
No, but it's available in the club shop now. Because football fans have a thing where
You need to stop hitting the
we
table.
view it as morally compromised, or we view it as somehow wrong when you bet against your own team. I think we need to get rid of that because Scunthorpe have just been so turgid for the last 5 years that viewers, listeners, you might as well make a bit of cash. My bet has come in from the start of the season. Thank you very much, Bet Victor.
Other bookmakers are available.
Other bookmakers are available. I suspect we might struggle next season to get sort of regular bets on the National League North. I don't know. It'll be part of the journey.
Okay.
But yeah, it's obviously, look, it is gutting. And I'll be very happy to give the money back for how do we manage to crawl to fifth bottom. But we haven't.
I can make that happen. If you give me the money, I'll sort that out. I'll just rearrange the table for you.
But on the basis that we have gone down, and we are going to have some trips to those well-known northern towns such as Banbury, Gloucester, Hereford next season, I might as well be a few quid better off.
Well, Gareth gets a point because I absolutely can relate to that. I mean, I'd switched off. I heard you talking about gambling or something. I don't.
Yeah, just remember, folks, when the fun stops, stop.
Idiot of the week, Max. No, sorry, I was saying you're my idiot.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I will go for Scunthorpe United as a collective.
Yeah.
It's been a very, very difficult season. I think actually that the bit that today that summed it up for me at the end was when there were supporters mass racked in the front. There were in the Mort stands. There was loads of police officers on the halfway line ready for the pitch invasion. All the players from the Oldham goal kick, they got right next to the tunnel, ready to sort of race down off the pitch in case scenes got ugly. And all the Scunny fans just sort of went, I can't be arsed. And do you know what? Honestly, I respect that. It's been such a depressing season that I can think of no more fitting end than for everyone to go, do you know what? It's just not worth it. Or, I'll boo them a bit and then we'll go to the Iron Bar and have a couple of drinks because in a way that's sort of that's what it deserves. It's the fitting send-off, really, to a season that should never have happened, should never have been this bad, but in the end it was inevitable.
Yeah. Gareth, who's your idiot of the week?
Last week it was me. This week it's going to be me again.
Yeah.
Just for the weekend again.
It's like confession.
It is, yeah. I said the football's coming second this weekend. No, we went away. It was a friend's daughter's 18th birthday party. It was a little mini festival they had in a field. It was quite muddy, actually, this field. And Kendall was wearing a nice party dress. And she's going to be wearing wellies with it. That was like the theme, wellies and party dresses for the girls, not us guys. And
that's good to know. Yeah, that'd get you some more views on the vlog, Gareth, if you turned up in a dress and wellies.
Well, I'd have a bat at it.
I might do that for dorking away.
I wonder if you can mother me a child as well.
But yeah, I forgot the wellies, didn't I? I'd left them. So she ended up wearing white Superstar trainers that were now a shade of brown. So yeah, idiot of the week.
Marco?
Yeah, for me, the idiots, for me, are the people working at Stockley Park this weekend in the Premier League.
Yes!
I don't know if you've all seen
VAR.
it, but my God, there's plenty of talking points. Tottenham, Brighton in particular. I mean, somebody said Brighton were hard done to. I think that's an understatement. I think there's 3, if not 4, definite penalties. There's goals that should have stood where it's going to give it his handball and hit the chest, and it's me. What are they looking at him? I mean, it gets said, and I understand, we should have an ex-footballer or an ex-manager or somebody actually involved in the sport.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Because then how the game works. If professional referees cannot see these mistakes, what hope have we got? So for me, idiots.
The thing that, I mean, I'm pro VAR.
I am. But
the bit that annoys me the most is every international tournament. You know, we've had VAR now at 2 World Cups and the Euros, and it's been faultless.
Fine.
Not a problem. But as soon as it's English referees, who are supposedly the creme de la creme,
Who says that?
No,
well, that's why they're in the Premier League. That's why they're on the top money.
The best league in the world.
Exactly. That's why they're full-time professionals.
Best league in the... They obviously haven't seen the Vanarama National League North because we only play in the best league.
But yeah, long story short,
Marco gets the
VAR.
points. Definitely points for Marco for that. I agree. VAR's been a shambles
bad for my
a long
fantasy
time.
team as well.
Oh, now we've found out the real reason.
Yeah, it's hidden motive.
Moment of the week. Marco.
Mine's been ruined because Gareth threw him under the bus at the start of the podcast. Mine was going to be quite recent. It was going to be Ben Foster penalty.
Yeah,
but if he's come off his line,
I've already talked about that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, there you go. But it was that. But if he's come off his line, I don't know if I can give it. But for what I've seen, what a save! And I mean, it's just that moment in it. It couldn't be more Hollywood. It's even more annoying because I think anybody who loves football was a Notts County fan today.
Yeah.
But like, welcome to Wrexham is going to be unbearable next year.
Yeah,
it is. And in a way, actually, I think I still fancy Notts County for the playoffs. They've been the best side of the this season. Yeah. They still move the ball really well. And actually, in fairness to Ben Foster, he's come out after the game today and said that he thinks, I think he said it was almost a joke that only 2 sides get promoted from the National League. Yeah. Fair play to Notts County. It was one of the.
That's nice to say when you're going up, isn't it?
Yeah,
he wouldn't have said that for the loss, would he?
And Wrexham have won the league.
Yeah.
Now.
4 go up.
So, yeah,
I do think this will be the last season where it is only one.
Yeah.
I
think you're right.
It's got to be.
Max, what's your moment of the week?
I think, speaking of sort of referees, which seems to be a bit of a theme. I don't know. Did anybody else catch the Liverpool versus Arsenal game?
Yes.
Yesterday, which was a cracker, absolutely thrilling. Great goalkeeping at the end from Aaron Ramsdale.
2 great saves.
How vital that could be in even salvaging Arsenal a point in the Premier League title race. But the linesman and Andy Robertson, wow.
Talk us through what's happened there then.
So, if you've been living in a cave for the last 48 hours and haven't seen it...
I only watched it an hour ago when you told me you were going to bring it up, so thanks for that.
At half-time, Andy Robertson's gone over to the linesman and been remonstrating about some decisions. And I'm probably prepared to defend the linesman here. In that he's got quite up close with him, and I genuinely do think he's tried to shug him off.
Yeah.
Now, it should have been more sort of open palm first rather than sort of hard elbow.
Just talk us through the contact then.
But I think he has elbowed. I think he has elbowed him, and they've stood him down from games while they, they investigate the incident. But at grassroots and Premier League level, players think they can get away with screaming absolutely dog's abuse. And, the standards that we set at the Premier League cascade down to Senny Park on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, this is true.
So,
I'm sorry, on that, the other week, actually, I never get a chance to mention my moment of the week or my hero of the week, but mine would have been the FA, because last week there was obviously piloting, referees having the body cam footage, and
it's gone really well.
Yeah, it's gone really well.
Yeah, I saw we're trying to get funding to obviously make sure every referee has access to that. And I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Players will soon show.
Some of them have been terrible. Some players do carry it.
The thing is, it's not for them, it's no game.
Moment of the week, Gareth?
Sort of along the lines of Max's idiot of the week, really. Scunthorpe just going down, just
with a whimper.
Yeah, with a whimper. Just actually, we're relegated now. There's no hope left or anything like that. For me, I'm just happy that it's been decided. Even though it was decided weeks ago, I just think now we've got that R. Yeah.
Off topic. Where do you think we go now? Do you think we just
National League
do you think we do play with kids, or what sort of? How do you think we're going to approach the last
Got
game?
to play Foster.
Can I just say before we get into this, Max gets moment of the week, which gives it 1-1, and
Max has done well this week.
Hopefully we'll have time for the quiz later on, and then somebody can be a winner this week, because it was a shutout last week as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So on the squad then. What was the question?
So I just think how we approach these last game. You were saying Foster wanted to start. You think Foster?
Yeah, we said this for the last 2 weeks.
I think Foster should start this week. I just think those loan players. What have they offered? Really, we've got players that are, O'Malley has come back, been put into the squad.
I think that's what we're doing.
And I think they've just got to look at the players that we've got and take it from there. Yeah.
The next segment of our podcast is the Iron Stat of the Week, and this is brought to you by Iron Stat, and a big shout out to our sponsors, Know.Film. Pete, the producer, does absolute bits for us. You gonna give us a wave off shoot? There he is, waving at us. Obviously, you guys can't see that, so I could have just lied to you.
He did wave, we promise.
We'll get VAR.
So, the Iron Stat of the Week, there's a few of them. These were provided to me before the game today, so I've just changed them to add the game today.
Trying to make them positive?
Oh, it's not great.
So what do you think?
I'm just trying to.
It's not good, mate.
Right.
When Iron Stat sent me these, I just sent him a reply saying, "Gee, Whizzicles, we are shite, aren't we?" And he just put, "Yes." So Danny Elliott has 0 goals in 12 appearances for the Iron. That's 6 starts and 6 substitution appearances. Marcus Carver has 0 goals in 17 appearances, 6 starts, 11 subs for the Iron. And that means that both players combined have now gone over 22 hours without having scored a goal for us.
We never looked like scoring today.
Yeah. And I mean, you've got to feel for Danny Elliott there, because he has been out wide.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's playing as a winger.
And he was
trying to strike to play out wide.
And he was one of our, I don't want to say better, but less dreadful players today.
I think he was our best player
we were
today.
saying if it wasn't a Shrimpton relative giving out the man of the match, our man of the match was Danny Elliott.
I'll tell you, I will say this for Danny Elliott. He ran after everything today. Even there was we was in injury time and he was still running to keep the ball in. I think we ended up having a shot from it.
I think you can tell even he looks frustrated.
Yeah.
At sort of a lack of chances in his game. We've said weeks on this podcast, he just needs this goal. He just needs this goal. And I mean, he's trying so hard, you can see, but it's just not. Let's just hope next year he's done it at that level. Let's just hope he can do it again.
Well, on the lack of goals, that's now 5 games that we've gone without a goal, Gareth.
Yeah, shocking.
Just shocking.
It is shocking. Well, no, what else can I say?
Not dressing it up.
It's going to be
just
6.
straight.
Man, if we're scoring goals between now and the end of the season, where are they coming from?
Yeah.
And this next stat, again, provided by Iron Stats, this is... Max chuckled when I told him this one. 0 wins in our last 22 games in April.
That's just disgusting.
Oh, no, I've got a worse one. We have spent 76 of the last 83 games in the relegation zone.
In a way, that's less bad than you
I'm
would
sorry to laugh.
expect.
So that's 76 of the last 83 games we've been in the relegation zone. That's less than you expect. Mate, That's only 7 outside of the relegation zone. And I'd like to say one of them might have been alphabetical order at the start of the season.
Well, obviously we beat Yeovil
Yeah.
at the start of the season, so that brought us 2-3 weeks. There was the gap winning away at Oldham sort of just after Christmas last season. That got us out of relegation very briefly. The stats are depressing, but they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
It's very tough being a Scunthorpe fan right now. There's no point pretending otherwise.
We were saying this today. I was speaking to Andy after the game. I said, when I talk to my friends and stuff and like family, Scunthorpe aren't doing well. And I'm like, I cannot stress enough to you how bad we are. Like, I can't even begin to explain how bad we are. It's like, we've had a rough week. It's like, rough week? I just cannot do it justice how bad they are, and like how little I look forward to each weekend now. It's awful.
We're the positive ones.
Yeah, it's positive.
I'm sure I'm not the only Scunthorpe fan actually, but I've got a number of friends who don't support Scunny through work or university or whatever like that, and the amount of messages I've got today has just been dreadful. The pity makes it worse.
Did you go to university? It's interesting. You never mentioned your education or use fancy words to belittle us.
Belittle, to be honest, that's quite a fancy word for this podcast there.
Hey, you want to be careful, you'll get unmolested.
Marco, hasn't your better half just got funding to do a PhD?
She has.
Oh, Marco's got a PhD. Marco's got a PhD, haven't you, Mark?
She is very clever because she's with me.
Hey.
She's always got a lot of sense.
Yeah, but honestly,
Common sense and it's like street smarts and book smarts. But yeah.
But honestly, I think I'd rather just have the Mickey taken. When fans of other clubs are getting in touch saying, I'm really sorry, I know it must hurt.
Go away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got 2 words and it rhymes with book top first.
When Max starts talking, I'll tell you. 4:57. So you are literally talking a minute after the game finished today. I had a text on my phone from a friend who doesn't support Scunthorpe, and it just said, "I'm really sorry. I hope you're okay." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck off, mate. Leave it out. Like, even if you're being sincere, have a day off."
I got a lot of the opposite, really. I now know what relegation is in Italian.
What is it? We can all learn something.
Well, I'm starting to think it might not be Italian because on here it says relegationo, which I think might be a slur. Were
they giving it like the hand gesture when they said it as well?
Relegatione? I don't know, because obviously County don't get relegated very often. But
What division are you in?
sorry.
Oh, but you were in Serie A, so how did you end up there?
Anyway, moving on. All my teams get relegated.
I got a text as well after the game.
Did you? From Debs.
Anyway, moving on.
Listen, Debs, we've had some tech issues.
So, I've changed my locks.
Now that's a tech issue.
Gee whiz. Well,
down there.
mate. Listen, it's not good.
Idiot week next week.
Idiot of the week. Marco, this is his marriage. This isn't some quiz.
But get a point.
Like, we can all get a point. Annulment, IronArmy.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Well, you've got a wife.
Yes.
Sorry, are you asking us to move on because you want to get this done as soon as possible so you can get home and give it the old, I was telling them to shut up, but they just
Listen to me.
listen.
Watch the podcast. I'm trying to leave.
Well, there's some games to look forward to next season, isn't there, at least? I think, so someone correct me if I'm wrong, have South Shields been promoted now up to the National League North?
Yeah.
Is that right, Matt?
Yes, I believe so, and if not, they're miles clear.
I would say they were clear, weren't they?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good... I do like the ones in the North East.
Yes. Newcastle's always a good night out.
You drinkers... Marco. You can have a good time in Newcastle.
Again, it's like this season. I've had some really good winners this year. Just the football is ruining it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't doubt
the
it will
football's
again next
bad.
year. Yeah. I mean, let's hope it's a little bit better. But there's always... My thing is, in that league, the away ends are only quite small. We are going to sell out quite a few venues, I think.
Well, I'm just looking at the teams that are currently in the playoffs in the National League North. So, providing these don't go up, we've got Chester, Scarborough and Darlington. So, I mean, I really hope Scarborough stay down. Not because I dislike them, but I'd love to play them next season.
That's a 4G pitch as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
On a Tuesday night in December.
Yeah, because you'd be thinking...
It's not quite the McCain Stadium, is it, of old?
Yeah, I mean, Scarborough's nice if you get them in August or April. Chester's a very nice sort of very nice city. Darlington. The roughest pub in the world I've ever been to was around the back of Darlington bus station. So that might be fun.
What was it called?
Oh, I can't remember now, but I saw two different.
I reckon there's a very strong chance it's one that I do in Downton. I work in Downton at a minute, and it's an interesting place.
It's interesting because you go.
Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, I have to suffer. No, it's not that bad, but I won't be looking forward to that away day. I won't be going.
I fancy that.
Do you?
You can take the family on holiday again to Bannock Castle.
Well, take them to Downton.
So we're doing a little bit better than that.
Some of the interesting ones as well are the sides who are in the promotion mix in South Shields League as well, because Gainsborough are very much in the thick of a playoff once in the middle of there.
That is so depressing, isn't it?
It is.
Completely,
But you do
completely.
want them to go up.
I don't.
It'd be a lot of our players.
It would be too humiliating.
A lot of our fans, like not a lot, sorry, but there's quite a lot of Gainsborough fans are Scunthorpe fans.
Yeah.
How does that work out? I mean, you've been to a few games.
I've been to a few, just because it's football, isn't it? And, and Debbie likes it when I go to the football.
And you did think
She loves it, yeah.
Be rivals.
But no, obviously I've just gone with friends.
Debbie likes it.
It's down the road from Doncaster.
Yeah.
It's just easy to get to, and why not? We've got a great chairman. So, hello, Richard.
You love the chairman.
He
He loves the chairman.
Oh, God.
No wonder we're getting stick.
mentioning his hair
I know.
No wonder we're getting pelters.
Yeah.
Like, Gareth just going, chairman, any other chairmans? Would interview you or in fact anything you need, Mr. Chairman.
Show me your motorbike. Show me your wife. Your holiday
Your
plans.
wife.
I thought you said you met his wife.
You interviewed
I did meet. Yeah, I spoke to Frank Rothwell.
That's the Oldham chairman.
The Oldham chairman, yeah, and he was telling me all about his holiday. He'd come from Scarborough on his bike with his wife, and they were going down to Yeovil and probably stayed in Weston-super-Mare, and it'll be on the vlog.
Nice.
I just picked that up.
The drop. Yeah. Some other teams in the division below. Boston United, that'd be a good one for us.
Yeah.
People are saying that's a derby, but I can't. Other than the fact that both Scunthorpe and Boston is in Lincolnshire,
It's too far.
They're a long way out.
It's probably the closest thing to a derby, unless Gainsborough do come up.
Unless Gainsborough come up, it'd be that and Farnsley Celtic.
Farnsley,
if they stay up, which
That's
is
a good one.
Leeds, are just
Yeah,
about the
Leeds.
closest.
And of course, Peterborough Sports.
Yeah.
Which
The Jimmy Dean derby,
maybe.
the Dion Sembi Ferris grudge match.
Yeah, maybe. Anything to add, guys? Like
Capacity 1,500.
yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
And
Peterborough Sports.
usually, actually, we have a really good record in the city of Peterborough. It's an away day I like very much, going to London Road and going from that to. Well, I suppose we're away at Peterborough. It's just not the one we're used to.
Oh, we're massive. We're massive, aren't we, Marco?
We're massive failures. That's about as bad. I mean, we are really, really bad. I cannot say that's enough. I was just sat there today, and every now and again, like, it'd all be Oldham, and then Barry like, every time we got the ball, like, we're massive. I went, we're shit. I mean, absolutely awful.
I didn't realise that Peterborough Sports capacity was only 1,500. To Notts County 2 weeks ago, we took 1,750.
To be fair,
We're massive.
we want to be hoping we play Peterborough Sports either very late in the season when things are going wrong, or
For them.
because if we play them one run a good run, we are going to sell out
Yeah.
comfortably. So you'd hope everyone to get a ticket. But whereas if shit has hit the fan, hopefully it doesn't, you'd think maybe we'll be alright with 200.
Right, should we have a quiz round?
Excellent, go for it.
Right, who wants to go first? Someone?
Go on then.
There we go.
Let me just find my questions. Okay, which club chairman?
Frank
Who's this
Rothwell.
for? Gareth.
Oh,
Is it a good one? Right, which, in fact, yes.
It's a specialist subject. It's like mastermind, isn't it?
I forgot about this, of course, yes. Which club chairman proposed, this is amazing, proposed to the FA an electric fence around the perimeter of the pitch to stop pitch invasions?
Help.
No, shh. This is for Gareth.
I don't have a clue.
please tell me it's not Frank Rothwell, please.
No. I will give, I'll tell you what, I'll be really generous and give you the point if you can tell me the club.
Oh.
can't tell
And the
you.
year was...
Electric fence.
Oh, I don't know.
So which fans would you like to put behind an electric fence?
Well,
Leeds.
that might be a good
Leeds.
question.
That's okay. I'll go for Leeds then.
Okay, it's not you, but...
Well, I'll go for Millwall.
No.
Good shout.
It is Chelsea. It was Ken Bates.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Ken Bates.
Not
Good
far
old-
with Leeds.
Okay.
Good old Ken.
Not far off Leeds.
No,
He-
I
he-
said not
he
far
was-
with Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Ken Bates,
he was previously chairman of
Yeah,
Leeds
he was.
previously.
He was at
It's
Chelsea,
something
right?
he'd say.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea.
Thank God for that.
He wasn't very good at Leeds, may I add.
Okay. So yeah, it was Ken Bates at Chelsea. Number 2, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this one over to Marco. Bit of an Italian vibe. Nicholas Bentner has more
not Italian.
Serie A titles than Francesco Totti. Is that true or false?
Oh,
Nicholas Bentner has more Serie A titles than Francesco
I think
Totti.
yes, because I was played for Juve, didn't he? And Juve were awesome, whereas Roma haven't won it as much recently. Yeah, true.
It's false. They both
Oh
won it
my
once each.
God.
I knew you'd go
All I
true.
remember about Bentner in Italy is he took his shorts off and he had was it Paddy Power?
Paddy Power,
And he got a
yeah.
lot of balls.
They find it. UEFA find him. For
Yeah,
that.
So that,
Oh, the best Nicholas Bentner story, Google it, is about how when he was playing at Birmingham and like a number of Birmingham City players, including ex-Iron winger Gary McSheffrey, stumped up a grand and bet him that he couldn't get Steve Bruce's daughter to go out on a date with him.
Oh.
And obviously he did, and he won the grand, but he ended up like properly falling for her.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, on a hot Ryan
Never
Reynolds,
played again.
Disney. I want to see a movie of that. I want to see a movie of that.
well, Max, you have an opportunity here to win today.
Oh,
If you get this right, you are the winner. And to be honest, I don't.
the
wanna
world
see
might end.
it. Yeah, I mean, I do like you, Max.
Been a
but
bad enough day as it
Jesus
is.
Christ, this could be bad. This could really finish me off.
Right then, I'm ready.
Max-
Come on, let's go.
Max, which player did David Moyes sign on 4 occasions?
4 occasions. Okay, so we're thinking Everton, Manchester United, West Ham. I mean, he's not been in that many different clubs. Did he manage Royal Sociedad a bit as well?
I think he was manager of Preston, wasn't he, as well?
That's who he played.
Oh, Preston. That's it. Yeah. No, he was manager of
My
Preston.
dad sports Preston.
I don't know if he did, but there's also a possibility that he signed a player twice at the same club.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Sounds like you're giving a bit of a hint.
No, not really, because
I'm just trying to think if there was any players who were at
That
Preston and Everton under him. You'll be pleased to know, Andy, I'm struggling. 4 times is a lot. I'm struggling with that one, unfortunately.
you want to have a stab in the dark.
I know he's definitely signed this player twice.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know why. I was thinking of Debbie.
I've
Stabbing the dark.
I've got a guess if you get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've got a guess, and because I know he definitely signed this player at least twice, and I'll go for Marouane Fellaini.
It is not.
I don't know why.
Before you answer this, if Marco gets this right, will we give him the victory?
Yes,
or-
It's
I think
definitely
so,
not right.
Because this is a tough question.
Yeah.
Victor Anacherbi.
No,
No.
it is.
I'm
Do you wanna
not
have a
on the
guess?
podcast.
No idea.
Stephen Pienaar.
He's done it 4
really?
times.
Listen, the website I checked.
Pienaar surely hasn't played for Preston.
The website I checked 10 minutes before
West
we
Ham.
started recording.
Pienaar's moved 3 times with English recording, apparently.
Okay. YouTubers, fact check that, just in case.
Listen, the website I checked 10 minutes before we recorded.
Wikipedia's legit.
Okay. So do you have a tie break for the tie break, or are we all
Does he?
winners? And by all winners, I mean we're all losers here.
Well, I did have a tie break last week, which I might be able to find in
We didn't have any questions last week, did we?
Yeah, but that's because we didn't have
They were
tie
all
break.
for
I'm
Hill.
still
Yeah.
prepared. No, with no tie break. Unless somebody wants to, I don't know, a Barra question maybe?
A Barra question.
I don't know. something
I think
about-
Pete asks a question.
Yeah, Pete, Pete, you got a question for us?
No, he's shaking his head. Look,
I'll be honest, I'm starting to think
So we've all been relegated.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, nobody's won, But Max has definitely lost.
Yeah, that's without a doubt.
Oh, I'm wounded.
Any more conversational topics?
Well, if we went in alphabetical order, Gareth, Marco, Max, I would be bottom. So,
there you go.
And Barrow would be top.
and even if we went with Andy, he would be.
Yeah, well, especially. I don't think there's a very... Anyway, look. We're getting pulled aside here, guys. Any other... I tell you what, I'd just like to tell you, I've just had a message appeared on my watch as we've been recording from someone at the club saying, thank you for hosting the Q&A today. You did a great job.
He did do a good job over there. And it was nice to see Alexander and obviously Lee.
Yes.
Lee
Ridley.
We both.
I'll tell you what, Ridley... We know Greza speaks really well, but Ridley did well, didn't he?
Yeah, brilliant. It's good to see. You want as many of the good guys that have been recently in the club, just to remind you we were.
Yeah. And it's a reminder that we could be good. That we could be good again. You know, even somebody like Lee Ridley, he came through the academy. He's a local lad. He's in his what is he now 40?
Still playing.
Absolutely.
He's on about a cup.
Winterton have had a good season. So. You know, those links with the community, even if it's just doing a Q&A in the restaurants, you know, it's worth having. It's worth
definitely.
I asked him about Gareth. I asked him about the Sanan Cup as well. But
I
was hoping
my beef is finest.
Well, I was hoping for a few more stories.
He said weren't allowed out, didn't he?
Yeah, all he said was, well, to be fair, his wife was in the restaurant. So.
There's a running theme here during this podcast, I think.
He's chucked in the old. Do you know what? We were all in bed for 10, but a couple of the Irish lads...
He did say the Irish lads.
They were walking across the training 10 minutes before it started.
So, it does take a genius to work out. You're thinking, who were the Irish players in those squads at the time? I think we
just Murphy and Byrne just on the booze.
I would love to be on the booze with Murphy and Byrne. That'd be some night out.
Yeah. Well, is that it, guys? Anything more to add?
I think so.
I feel like our previous episode, this one has been the one we've just chucked together.
Yeah, this will be the most. I don't want to say negative, but I feel like we're all, after watching that today, we are all quite.
You know, we've been relegated today. We're literally recording it on the day of the game, and if that doesn't punch you in the gut, then what does? All I say is the people of Banbury. I hope you're looking forward to Scunthorpe coming to town. Because,
I hope you're looking forward to 3 points.
the National League North. I mean, it's going to be.
Did you ever think you'd say that? I was talking today about regional football.
Well, this is going to be. This is going to be 5 divisions that quite a lot of Scunthorpe fans are going to see us playing now. There'll be very very few supporters and clubs will be able to. Say that there'll be lots of new grounds, there'll be lots of towns that we've not been to. But when we're 15 for Christmas,
it's still not.
I can remember us beating Newcastle on a Tuesday night in the league.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be playing flipping
Gainsborough.
This is our punishment, and we know we do have some non-Scunthorpe fans who do also watch this. It goes to show
we have fans
that if you have off-field instability, there is no limit to how far you can drop, and I dare say there'll be Bury and there'll be Macclesfield fans watching this going, oh wow, we'd kill for the National League North now. So you do genuinely still have to be grateful that we've still got a club.
Final thought from you, Gareth. Not many fixtures left this season. Are you off to them all? Is there anyone that takes your fancy?
I'll be going to them all. What, to win?
No, I mean, are you looking forward to
a goal?
Shot away?
You think we'll do a goal?
Make a goal. That's an excellent question. Will we score between now and the end of the season?
I said to Brad today, because he was saying,
the sirens are on.
He said, there's 20 minutes left, we're going to need 3, and I went, I don't think we'll get 3 for the rest of the season.
Gareth,
I think he's right there. I can't see it happening. I just think we're devoid, and when we're getting that final third. Yeah, Ellie got some shots off today.
On the wing.
I'm pretty sure they're off target as well.
But what bad efforts, he were having a good go.
Yeah, I just can't see it happening.
Right, I'm going to wind it down.
Let's do it.
On that happy bombshell.
On that happy bombshell, I mean, there's
a lot to be wrong.
Yeah, well, you would. Listen.
You've just awakened the free scoring iron.
Right, so we've been the Iron Hour podcast. We've got Max Bell, published author, journalist, commentator, local celebrity, aren't you, Max?
I'm learning from the best, lads. I'm learning from the best.
Gareth Holden, aka IronArmy, matchday vlogger. I mean, you really are a local celebrity these days. You can't go anywhere. The only person that doesn't like you is your wife.
Yes.
And
That is in good books after mentioning
local fan and new time celebrity. A couple of people coming up to you today saying hi, Marco.
Yeah.
I noticed you
I
enjoyed
have
that.
fans.
Yeah, you
I'm going to
are.
hand out signed pictures next week.
how to be an influencer. Put
yeah.
the book out, Marco.
No, and just along with that, it's been really nice to see all the views, the positive feedback.
Listen,
we
we've
do
had
really
over,
appreciate it.
on the 2 videos that we put out of the David Hilton interview. We had over 5,000 views.
Yeah.
You know, for a club like Scunthorpe, like
Yeah.
this.
And even our other podcast, it's nice to know people listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully enjoying us and we don't talk too much.
I've been Barra. Thanks for listening. A big shout out, of course, to our sponsors, Know.Film. And honestly, just one more time to all of you guys that have come up to us this week and said really nice things or sent us messages post the Hilton interview. Honestly, it means a lot. Like, I'm not going to lie. You guys know. I lost a bit of sleep. I was genuinely worried about the Hilton interview leading up to it and after it, because you want to do the fans a service. Like, you want to ask the questions that they want to know. And honestly, the support that we've had really does mean a lot. So thank you. And that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. We'll all be here. Gareth, if he's still alive, will also be with us. But for now, up the iron.